Bush Grand National Night in America. I really didn't have a dog in this fight, so I didn't care who made it or who didn't make it. But it was a race that still had to be tuned into by me as a regular viewer. So let's talk about it. I have to keep it down somewhat because I have sleeping family upstairs, including my sister and my nieces. So here we go. So Harrison Burton, which he is on his way out of AM racing at the end of this year, picked up the pole in his second to last race, and he led the first part of this race until Eric Almirola ran him down and took the lead from him. And he had a nice comfortable lead himself for a long time. It looked like he was going to cruise away to the stage one win, but this place is known for cautions breed cautions, no matter if it's Winston Cup, Busch Grand National, or Craftsman Truck. Here you see Almirola racing with Burton for the lead, after Burton led the first 17 laps of the race, aka stage one. But then this caution came out for Myatt Snyder, the son of Marty Snyder. So that's basically foiled Almirola's chances at a stage one victory. But Jesse Love, on the other hand, Jesus Christ, he had a disastrous night, but somehow he stayed in the fight and was able to make the championship four at the end. Spoiler alert. Now Sam Mayer out here had a chance pick up some massive stage points, and and after the bullshit he did after the race, we'll discuss after I'm done going over the race itself. He had a chance to pick up a lot of points in stage one and gain extra ground on his competition, but as you'll see here in a moment, he choked turn one, the entrance to turn one, after taking two to go in stage one and losing the lead to Justin Allgaier, which he did have a legit shot to get the lead back, but he overcooked the son of a bitch into the first turn, and that's what lost him the first stage, in which Justin Allgaier picked up the victory. Now the bullshit he did after the race, like I said, it was uncalled for. We will discuss it, after I'm done going over this. But here's the little choke job that, cost him a lot of valuable time and a bunch of he lost him all of his track position. And Allgaier took the stage one victory, considering he's already locked in the championship four, so he wasn't really racing for anything. Now, speaking of Mayer, that has to do with this man right here, Wabutton's son Jeb, which brought out the clock. Well, anyway, more on that later. Here's Jesse Love with the equipment interference violation. First, he had a speeding penalty, which was the first penalty. But like I said, that was part of his disastrous night, and luckily he was lucky that he and this man right here, Carson Kvapil, with all the bullshit he went through, were able to make it the championship park, and Kvapil picked up some valuable stage points by gaining the stage two victory. But here we had the Joe Gibbs trio of Almirola, Taylor Gray, and Justin Bonsignor filling in for an injured William Sawalage. I mean, Almirola and Gray were going neck and neck, side by side, in which it gave, Bonsignor a chance to run them down until this caution for Josh Williams came out. So it changed the complexion of the race. Taylor Gray had a comfortable lead, and, basically Bonsignor had no chance of, getting the victory, considering the whole field was bunched back up together after that Josh Williams caution. But cautions breed caution in Martinsville. Thankfully, no stupid bullshit happened, but this is what also almost cost Caution Kvapil a chance at the championship four. He recovered from this spin to actually make it to the championship four. But like I said, no stupid bullshit happened, no controversy, no shitty tactics and using your car as a weapon. Luckily, that did not happen tonight, but this Carson Kvapil thing could have been disastrous, and the night Jesse Love had could have been disastrous for him, and it could have been disastrous for both of them in making the championship four. But Lady Luck was on their side when all said and done, when it mattered most. So thankfully, for if you're a Jesse Love or Carson Kvapil or RCR or Junior Motorsports fan, then you have every right to celebrate tonight and be going to sleep happy, knowing you'll race for a championship next weekend. And this is what brought the final yellow flag to set up NASCAR overtime, aka green white checker, this Daniel Dye caution. So therefore, this is why I thought things were going to go off the rails, but I also knew that driver respect and etiquette and common courtesy was going to go out the window right here. But these NASCAR Busch Series drivers surprised me big time on this final restart. I thought we were going to have a repeat of that dumpster fire of a spring race with Sammy Smith dumping Taylor Gray again for part two, but he chose not to do that this time, in which Taylor Gray got his redemption from the spring race earlier this year and the fall truck race a year ago. So congratulations to him, playing chase spoiler, and they kept it clean to the end. Bless that's the racing guide. So therefore, I look forward to tomorrow's, NASCAR San Antonio doubleheader, the first one of 2025-26, the Old Dominion 500 in conjunction with the Spurs home opener against the Brooklyn Nets. So therefore, have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night, and congratulations to Taylor Gray on getting his first NASCAR Busch Series win and redemption from last fall in the trucks, as well as earlier this spring in Busch Grad National. Congratulations to Jesse Love, Carson Kvapil, Justin Allgaier, and Connor Zillage on making the championship four in the NASCAR Busch Series, and will be racing for a championship in the Basha Supermarkets 200 next Saturday night. And guess what? I will be there to see it and witness it all in person. So therefore, I'm really looking forward to that and seeing you all at the track next weekend. Okay, we got to talk about Sam Mayer here, because what I didn't even notice what he did, when, as they took the checkered flag. I know I saw a car backwards after they crossed the finish line and took the checkered flag on that first and only overtime restart, but I wasn't aware of what actually happened. When they showed the replay and I got an idea what happened, yeah, that was very egregious what he did. And it was even worse is, hey, at least he said he was probably going to regret the interview, so I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. But either way, you don't fucking do that shit and use your car as a weapon just to show your displeasure or someone after the race that pissed you off. If you want to do that shit, confront. Well, technically, they did do that after the race, confront each other, confronting, Jeb Burton's owner, Jordan Anderson, had a talk with them. And, they could have gotten into a physical altercation and gave us some post-race booty Barker action on The Price is Right, like he and Ty Gibbs did here 3 years ago. But I guess Sam Mayer, learned from that, and I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that too, and just took the high road and didn't want to get himself into possible further trouble than he must already might get, because considering. But the fact that he admitted to it on live TV, unlike most drivers who will just lie about it to avoid getting into trouble, this is going to get him in further trouble since he admitted it, to the point where, a huge penalty is going to come on Tuesday for him. A big fine and points penalty for sure. And I know somebody on my Facebook comment thread said they should suspend him, but I highly doubt it. But even if they do, the thing that I think the only situation they should do if they're going to suspend them is suspend them for Phoenix next week, the Basha Supermarkets 200. Even if I am going to the point where I wouldn't be able to see them, but I don't have a FA with Xfinity driver, so I wouldn't care. And then suspend them for the Napa 300 Busch race at Daytona, like a 2-race suspension, which they could have done to Jeff Gordon when he intentionally wrecked Boyer at the 2012 Checker Auto Parts 500. Suspend them for Homestead in Daytona, but because he's an icon, he's Jeff Gordon. Like my homeboy Kyle Petty said, they didn't do that, but we all know Sam Mayer's not Jeff Gordon, obviously. But I just wanted to throw that little quick, tangent in there, and that how what Sam Mayer did was absolutely egregious and wrong. You don't do that shit. Use your car as a weapon, let alone wreck someone after the checkered flag, intentionally like that. But that's all I wanted to say for this Busch Grand National race. I will see you guys tomorrow afternoon, technically later on today, for the first NASCAR San Antonio doubleheader of 2025-26 with the Old Dominion 500 in Martinsville, the Winston Cup cutoff race in the Chase for the Cup, and the Spurs Home Opener at the SBC Center in San Antonio. Catch you guys then.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our fans for your support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.